The charges stem from a police operation conducted on January 18th, during which 2 firearms were recovered. The matter came up for sentencing before Magistrate Nevlin John, who fined him as follows: 10,000 EC dollars on each of 2 counts of possession of firearm, 3,000 EC dollars on the charge of possession of ammunition, 2,500 EC dollars for trafficking cocaine, and $1,500 for trafficking cannabis. All fines are to be paid in 1 year, failing which Francois will serve 2 years in prison for each offense. Additionally, a suspended sentence of 4 years in prison was imposed. Francois must remain of good behavior and refrain from committing any further offenses within 1 year. He is required to report to the Sauteurs police station once every month during this period. In default, 4 years imprisonment. He was represented by attorney Jerry Edwin, who expressed the view that Magistrate John crafted a model sentence in the context of firearm offenses where there was possession in violation of the law, but no violence and no threat of violence.
Recall that we have sentencing guidelines that come down from St. Lucia that determine what sentence, what scale, what weight, what are mitigating factors, what are aggravating factors, where there are criminal offenses. Yet you will find, because each case is fundamentally different, the law provides for the discretion of the magistrate in applying the law to look, for example, at our criminal code, our sentencing guideline, and yes, the Firearm Offences Act, 3 distinct and separate pieces of legislation to craft a sentence.
The sentence comes approximately 1 week after a similar non-custodial sentence was handed down to another young offender in the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court. The case attracted widespread criticism as some have expressed disappointment with what has been described as a slap on the wrist by Chief Magistrate Francine Foster. In light of this, Edwin says there is need for the public to understand the complexities of the law.
So when the public does not understand the complexity of the law, they sometimes think that the magistrate is giving someone a slap on the wrist. My client, Mr. Francois, must now double his efforts and ensure he pays that fine, or he will be going to Richmond Hill. With that kind of sanction hanging over any citizen, much more someone who now has a record of conviction, that is a clarion call to walk the straight and narrow. And I think with the cooperation of our citizens, particularly when they find themselves on the wrong side of the law, will ensure that we maintain a society that is amiable with each other and peaceful.
Reporting for GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.